Why does Twitch chat always say I should build MR? MR has never in the history of anything done anything. This season especially, MR is a dead useless stat. MR might as well be called that stat that Aatrox gets when he builds Spirit Visage. If you built MR, you would have... If you build MR, what would MR have done? Nothing. And we all know it would have done nothing. And yet, Twitch chat just so believes that it will ever do anything. I don't think anyone's ever built Spirit Visage for the MR and noticed that it has MR. Half the time you build Spirit Visage and then you're like, oh fuck, I have MR. You know, and then like Brand does 3/4 your health bar instead of 3/4 and a half. The second anyone touches MR, they just go Void Staff. And then they go, ha ha ha. And you go, aw. I would say Spirit Visage is the health, CDR, and increased healing item. And also, sometimes it means a mage doesn't one-shot you with their QE. Oh boy, Fiora. Cool. Why is Fiora unbanned? I ask. Why does no one ban this champion? I ask. It gets worse when you realize that most mages are reducing you to negative MR already. They don't actually have negative MR. You can't go to negative MR. Not anymore anyway. When you realize that most mages have so much magic penetration that you're actually at negative MR. Let's say my opponent has Void Staff, Sork Shoes, and Merlinomicon, right? So it's 18 pen, 15 pen, 33 pen, and then 40% pen. So already I'm starting with 0 MR. So every MR item I build from there isn't giving me more MR, it's giving me MR at all. Any MR. Then you realize, okay, let's say Spirit Visage puts me, let's just say I have 100 MR. With Void Staff, I'm already down to 60. With their penetration, I'm already down to 27. 27 MR after I have already built 50 MR. I would need 2 MR items just to get to 50. The best defense against a mage is to try to kill them before... Oh, wait, they have Hourglass. Well, the best defense against a mage is to burst... Oh, wait, they have health and armor. Yeah, and that's the thing. It gets even better when you actually realize if a mage sees you starting to build an MR item, they can get Void Staff for cheaper. That's right, cheaper than your MR item. If a mage sees me start building Null Magic Mantle, right? They can be like, oh shit, that Jax went Null Magic Mantle, and they can already be at Void Staff. Let's put it in the best way I know, Twitch chat. Let's put this in like the most hilarious example I can give you. Let me load up Jax. Level 18 Jax. So 53 MR. Plus the 70 from his ult. Plus 50... I think it's 50 from Wit's End, right? Now we're going to times that by 0.6. Because half my MR has already been removed. Let's remove the 15. Let's remove the 18. 70. Late game Jax with the Wit's End has 70 MR against a mage. With his ult up. Yeah. Why is Fiora acting like I'm not Pantheon? Well, she sure does a really great you're not Pantheon impression. Yeah, it's funny. If she had actually built properly with a Graspy Undying, she might be able to win these. She might actually be able to win if she had used an early game rune. I just don't understand why Fiora needs to be so broken. I don't get it. I truly don't understand why Fiora is such a special fucking pineapple that she must be broken. That no other lane bully gets to be broken, right? Like no other, like you don't see them being like, oh, Pantheon, no, he's not viable. We need to give him like 70 billion base damage. But Fiora, they're like, no, my special little angel. No, why? We need to buff her up a little bit more. Why don't you play Fiora then? Wow. Twitch, is it like a fucking robot? Hashinshin complained about champion. Why don't you play them? Mid turret! No turret! Is tapping Q strictly better than holding now? Pretty much, yeah. I don't really see a reason to ever hold it. Seems more like a niche thing. Like, if holding Q did more damage, so that he had like mid-range poke, maybe I could see it, but like, I don't really see, I don't even see why it's really even a part of the kit, to be honest with you. What? I activated my E! How did Braum get through them? Actually, here's a better question. How did Braum get through them and they didn't follow Braum? That's actually, I feel like that's the better question right there. Like they were just standing there watching it. Thanks, right? I love my E instantly canceling. I love it. It's so fun. It adds compelling gameplay. I am compelled by that gameplay. Is all of Twitch chat compelled by that gameplay? Wow, I'm sure glad that it just instantly cancels. Ha ha, ha ha, ha. The stun went off, so E canceled. Okay, I'll just go ahead and permaban you for severe retardery. This is advanced retardery. Could it have been a bug? Could it have been because Ride put buffering and ability canceling? No, that can't be true. Oh, I know. It's because it cancels on a stun. I do kind of like Relentless Hunter, though. I'm kind of like zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, I'm Pantheon. Yeah, I'm coming to the rescue. Pantheon. Sorry, my team has sort of destroyed my ability to not be insane. Maybe I'll just go Widsend. How about Widsend with my W? How about that? Yeah. Jum jum jum!
Only those about to die. Surpass the frailty of your form.
I'm Pantheon, and I'm helping. There's literally not an MR item that's recommended for Pantheon. Right? Can we have a talk? Right? Can we have a talk? Right? Can you come in close, right? What the actual fuck are you doing with MR itemization? You can't do it. Do it. Try to recommend an MR item for Pantheon. Do it. Just fucking try to do it. Just try. You can't. There's literally not a single MR item that you can recommend for this champion. Maw, good suggestion. Maw, good suggestion. Might have a little bit of an issue there, Twitch chat. Ah, good. My E canceled instantly again, which is definitely fun. Good, interesting, compelling gameplay right there. Let's compare. Malmortius, Mortius, 3,250 gold. Void Staff, 2,650. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is clearly pushed to make mages overpowered, while the other one is pushed to make mages have no counterplay from AD assassins because Riot just wants mages to be the best champion class in the game. Jum jum jum!
They will greet you as heroes.
How did that not execute? I think part of the problem with Pantheon is you really need to have attack speed on him. Like, you really, really need to have Legend Alacrity. And I can't imagine playing without Legend Alacrity come late game. Because, like, I just wouldn't be able to auto-attack enough to get my stacks up.